Right now, right now, we're gonna have one of our daily talks, and for this one, I actually want to talk a little bit about the Twitch Invitational, and I want to start off by saying that it was really fun to see when this Invitational got announced, because I have for a long time said that I feel like Melee is way too focused on like the top of the iceberg, like the top players, like the top six going to tournaments, top six streams, YouTubes. Literally everything in Melee has been evolving around a handful of players for the past like 8 years or so, and yes, being one of these players, of course, it comes with benefits for me and the rest of people in this group. But I feel like if we want Melee to live longer, I feel like we need to stop only making things relevant for the top six. I feel like it's honestly really hurting our game. And yes, it is a rich history a lot of us have. And it's understandable that the things are the way they are. But I feel like if we want to grow Melee to the next level, then I feel like it's going to be important that we also do our best to create more hype, storylines, exposure for people that are not in the top six. Because I feel like if we only keep doing this for the top six, then it's going to be really bad. Because like imagine the day one or two or three or even all of us have retired. Like what's gonna happen to the game? Some people might say that, oh, people are just gonna move on to the next one, but that's not necessarily the case. I feel like we need to start thinking long term already. I feel like a lot of people with high positions in the community are actually thinking very short term, and it might be more about like what's easy to do, because if everyone talks about the top six, it's easy for the next person to only talk about top six. And it might be easier to see it from a friend perspective, like, oh, but this is my homie, so I'm gonna help him out. But I feel like we need to look at it from a realistic perspective instead. If we want this game to keep growing, then we shouldn't put all the eggs in the same basket. Like this is just one of many things to help Melee grow, but I feel like it's at least one thing that is worth to bring up. So when I saw the Twitch Invitational being announced, that was really fun because it was an event dedicated to none of the top six. You had, I believe, 14 players, and it was still 14 amazing players. I didn't watch too much, but I was watching a bit of the tournament. And what I saw, at least, the sets I saw, it was still very high level play. It was also the unpredictable factor that literally, or maybe not everyone, but most of the people at that tournament could make it at the very least hella far. So some of these events, I feel like that's a good thing if they happen every now and then. I know Eden wasn't an invitational, but that was a tournament with no top six, and I feel like a lot of people like when it's a bit unpredictable as well. So yeah, I just feel like we need to put more focus on not only a few players, a few regions. We need to look at it from a bigger perspective. So I hope this might inspire some of the people with higher positions in our community to maybe change their approach as well a little bit, because I feel like people that have a big voice in our community, they influence so many people, and I don't think anyone is intentionally trying to cause any harm, but I do believe that a lot of people might not understand how much power they have in a sense. So I'm just hoping for the best for our game, and even if that would mean like slight decreasements for me or whatever, then if our game as a whole is more healthy, then I think that's good long term for sure.